Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel Monsters Gaming. So a few weeks ago I posted a video called Turning Little Nightmares Monsters into Actual My Singing Monsters. And there were a few comments saying that you wanted a part 2 where I will do the Little Nightmares 2 monsters. And I did say that in my first video actually. Roll the clip.
And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. And I might do a part 2 with the Little Nightmares 2 monsters.
Well, that time has finally come. Yeah, you heard me right. It's time to turn the Little Nightmares 2 monsters into actual My Singing Monsters. But before I do that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I might do a part 3 with the Little Nightmares 3 monsters, because it is coming October 9th. And also, make sure to check out the first video by either going to my videos, or I will put the link in the description. Okay, so we're going to be doing the main 4 monsters in Little Nightmares 2. Those being the Hunter, the Teacher, the Doctor, and the Thin Man. Now, there are a few monsters that I did miss, such as the Patients, the Viewers, and the Bullies, but those are more of side monsters to me. We're only doing the main monsters. Well, alright then. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say, other than this is based off of Nova MSM's turning Secret of the Mimic Monsters into My Singing Monsters. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's begin with the video. Actually, before we begin this video, here's a warning. So, the entire Little Nightmares franchise is a horror game. And if you just don't like horror games, or you found any of those monsters from before scary, then I would suggest clicking off this video, because Little Nightmares are just generally pretty scary. Alright, well, with that being said, now the video really begins. So let's start off with the first antagonist that you meet when you first play Little Nightmares 2, who is the Hunter. The Hunter is quite an interesting character actually. I really like his design. But anyway, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this video is a bit different to my turning phone covers into My Singing Monsters video, because we're actually just going to be taking the characteristics of the monsters instead of basing them off of the actual Little Nightmares monster. Okay, to say. So let's take a look at the characteristics of the Hunter. So his main characteristics are that he has a gun, he holds a strap light, and he wears a mask with a hole in the middle. And some of the less important characteristics are that he wears green clothing and a hat. And yeah, I guess we just have to make a monster out of these characteristics, so let's get right into it. Presenting the first Little Nightmares 2 monster, Huntrlight. I actually really like the design of this one. I don't know, I think that eye looks really cool. And also the sound is really cool. And speaking of sounds, let's actually go hear a sound right now. So, now that Huntrlight is finished, it's time to give it a rating out of 10. And of course, for inspiration for Huntrlight, the Hunter will be on screen. So for Huntrlight, if I'm being honest, 9 out of 10. Like for Sheffield's, this is just a really good monster. And also, this is the first monster we made, already a 9 out of 10. Who knows what the others are going to be like. I just really like I think the eye is really cool. That was a nice detail. And I just think the sound was cool as well. It was just a pretty good monster overall. And yeah, that's why I rated it a 9 out of 10. So let's move on to the next antagonist you meet when you play Little Nightmares 2, which is the teacher. She's the main antagonist of the school chapter, and there are also the bullies, but like I said before, they're like side antagonists. So let's take a look at the teacher's characteristics. So the teacher's main characteristics are that she has like a really long neck, like she can extend it. Yeah, it's like she uses it a lot in the game. There's even like a really cool chase scene, and she like extends her neck and chases you in the vents. And she also like holds a ruler in her hands. Like she sometimes like hits the bullies with them. And some of the less important characteristics are that she has a white shirt and a blue skirt. That's what she's wearing. And yeah, I guess we just have to make a monster out of these characteristics. So I guess let's get right into it. Presenting the second Little Nightmares monster, Teachra. This is the teacher monster, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, it does look pretty much like exactly like the teacher, but still, I still think it's really good. Well, anyway, I guess let's hear its sound now. So, now that Teachra is done, it's time to give it a rating out of 10. And of course, the inspiration for Teachra, the teacher will be on screen. So for Teachra, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's not that I don't like this monster, I just think that some details of it could be a bit better. Like I think the sound, like the neck animation didn't match that much, but I still think it looked pretty good. Also, I kind of made her look like really similar to the teacher, but I think it's okay because I still think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10 for me. The next monster we'll be doing is the main antagonist of the hospital chapter, the Doctor. There are also the patients and the living hands, but like I said before, they're more of like side monsters, and we're only doing the main ones. So let's take a look at the Doctor's characteristics. So his main characteristics are that he's obese, kind of like the guests. He like always lives on the ceilings, kind of like a spider. He never gets off the ceilings. And some of the less important characteristics are that his eyes and lips are inverted. Actually, like right now, although in this picture he's upside down, his eyes and lips are the right way around. And also he wears like white clothes because of course he's a doctor. And yeah, I guess we just have to make a monster out of these characteristics, so I guess let's get right into it. Presenting the third Little Nightmares monster, Doctramouth. I wasn't really able to make his like eyes and lips look inverted even though they're meant to be, but I still think it's pretty nice. And you know, he's called Doctramouth for a reason, because his sound involves, you know, a mouth, I guess. Well, many mouths. And speaking of sounds, let's hear a sound now. So, now that Doctramouth is done, it's time to give it a rating out of 10. And also the inspiration for Doctramouth, the Doctor, will be on screen. So for Doctramouth, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Like the Teachra, I don't hate the monster. I actually think it's pretty good, but I don't know, I just think some things could be better. And the design turned out alright. I also think that could have gone a bit better. But I also liked the sound. The sound was really good. And yeah, that's why I think Doctramouth is a 7 out of 10 for me. Now, let's move on to the final monster that we're going to be doing, who is the main antagonist of Little Nightmares 2, the Thinn Man. The Thinn Man is a great antagonist, and spoilers ahead, he's actually the grown-up version of Mono, who is the main character. And yeah, so let's take a look at the Thinn Man's characteristics, I guess. So his main characteristics are that he is he's very tall. Also he's, I guess, thin because he's a Thinn Man. And he wears a hat and suit. And some of the less important characteristics are that he's all black and grey and shrouded. And yeah, I guess we just have to make a monster out of these characteristics, so I guess let's get right into it. Presenting the final Little Nightmares 2 monster, Thinn Monster. This is the animation is actually crazy on this. There's so much going on, but I absolutely love it. The sound's also pretty good. And speaking of the sound, let's hear a sound right now. So, now that Thinn Monster is done, it's time to give it a rating out of 10. And also, the inspiration for Thinn Monster, the Thinn Man, will be on screen. So for Thinn Monster, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. The animations are just I love them. They're just super really, they're really, really cool. My main complaint with them is you don't really get to see a Thinn Monster that much because he's always moving around, but I still think it's a really cool animation. And his sound's also pretty cool, when he comes out the screens after he separates. So yeah, that's why I'm giving the Thinn Monster a 8.5 out of 10. Alright, well that was 4 Little Nightmares 2 monsters turned into my singing monsters. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me if you wanted me to make a part 3 with the Little Nightmares 3 monsters, because like I said before, Little Nightmares 3 is coming out really, really soon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the concept of the video, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.